Hello everyone. During the next few days we will see a continuation of the pattern that we have seen over the last week or so, with thunder showers continuing over the eastern parts of the country mostly. These will be convective thunder showers. It will be dry in the west. Where we have the drier air from the west interacting with the thunder showers in the east, we will see an enhanced tendency for these thunder showers to become severe and produce hail and strong winds in places. We also see that there will be some light showers over the Garden Route and Little Karoo in the south. These will be associated with a high pressure system reaching around the country on Tuesday and Wednesday. And by Wednesday and Thursday, this will result in cooler conditions also over the eastern parts of the country, including the eastern parts of the summer grain production region, the Eastern Highveld, where we have seen a lower accumulation of heat units lately. Rainfall totals are expected to be relatively high over especially large parts of the Limpopo province and also large parts of Mpumalanga and the interior of KwaZulu-Natal. Central parts of the interior will be relatively dry. Totals will remain below 20 millimeters over most areas to the west of the central parts of the Free State and central parts of the northwest. Let's say the areas towards the west of Botawil, for example, may see totals not exceeding, in most areas, 20 millimeters of rain. At times, especially during the weekend, we may see thunder showers also spreading into the central parts of the country, while the west will remain dry throughout the period. Totals accumulated during this period may exceed 50 millimeters over parts of Mpumalanga and Limpopo, and that is also and part of KwaZulu-Natal, and that is also associated with the repetitive nature of this pattern, where we may see thunder showers basically on every day over these northeastern parts of the country. This infrared satellite image from EUMETSAT shows the convective nature of the thunder showers over the interior. This is on Monday, the 1st of December, and we see large convective cells over parts of Botswana and also large parts of South Africa in the northeast, where some of these thunder showers produced hail and strong winds in places. Over the western parts of the country, it remained mostly dry and hot, and some isolated showers and thunder showers occurred over parts of the Karoo and so forth, but these didn't really produce significant rainfall totals. Zooming out, and this is still the EUMETSAT image for Monday the 1st of December, we see that the action is mostly located over the southern African subcontinent, including the northeastern parts of South Africa, while towards the east over the Indian Ocean it is largely dry. So in terms of the large-scale global patterns, the picture is still positive for rainfall over the summer rainfall region, but if we zoom in a bit more on the South African, Namibian region, one can see still that the drier conditions are present over the central to western parts of our region. Looking back at the total rainfall for November this year, and this is expressed as a percentage of the long-term average, most of the interior, the summer rainfall region, received above average rainfall. This is a typical La Nina pattern. Some of those areas even received more than 200% of the long-term average, such as those northern parts and eastern parts of the Northern Cape into the Western Free State and Western Northwest, parts of Mpumalanga and Limpopo, and then also, quite importantly, these low-veld regions of Mpumalanga. Those areas were quite dry since February this year. Below average rainfall occurred over the southern parts of the country, and that is something that we sometimes see during La Nina periods. There's also the below normal rainfall or below average rainfall includes the winter rainfall region as well. During La Nina periods, sometimes this happens when we see above average rainfall over most of the interior, that we see below average rainfall there in the south. Now looking at the last 10 days of November only, most of the action shifted towards the northeast, with the significant totals confined to those northeastern parts of the country, where some areas received more than 100 millimeters of rain. Over the central parts of the country, totals ranged between 40 and 10 millimeters basically, while in the west it was mostly dry, including the winter rainfall region, where there were some light showers over the mountainous areas especially at times, but totals didn't exceed really 10 millimeters over those areas. This is again for the last 10 days of November, but we focus now mostly on the summer grain production area. And we can see over the western parts of this region, we saw totals on the lower side ranging between 10 and 40 millimeters in most places, and some of those areas around Kroonstad and Bothaville saw totals below 20 millimeters. Over the northeastern parts, especially in Mpumalanga, we see higher totals, more than 76 millimeters in those areas, and areas such as Delmas towards Witbank and also Middelburg received more than 100 millimeters during this specific period by the end of November. So most of the action shifting further east during those last few days of the month. Continuing our discussion on heat units over the eastern grain production areas around Ermelo, specifically for this station of the ARC. We see the cumulative heat units since the middle part of October for this year in the broken black line is around 240, 237. That compares not very well with the average over this 11-year period since 2015 of 300. And even some years in that period totals around 350 by this time, starting in mid-October. So about a 20% reduction in the accumulated heat units since mid-October. And as you can see by the spread of these values, we are at the lowest total over this 11-year period for this period starting in mid-October and ending by the end of November. So if we take the forecast day by day, and this is a downscaling of the GFS forecast by the WRF model done at the ARC, we see on Tuesday the 2nd a continuation of the thunder showers over the eastern parts of the country. These thunder showers will have a tendency to become severe in places. As you can see there, most of these storms will have a direction of southwest towards the northeast. We will see also a bit of light showers over the southern parts of the country due to an influx of cooler air there. And with the dry air over the central to western parts of the country where we don't expect any rain, interacting with the storms in the east, again the tendency will be for more severe storms than on average over the eastern parts of the country, producing hail and strong winds in places. We see that there will be some hot conditions over these northwestern parts of the country, also into the northwestern parts of the winter rainfall region, while the eastern parts of the country will be relatively mild. We see that maximum temperatures over the Highveld areas of Mpumalanga will be in the order of 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. This pattern is set to continue on Wednesday, the 3rd of December. Thunder showers mostly over the eastern parts of the country. We have the influx of cooler air from the south and southeast and east here over the eastern parts of the country. That will enhance the tendency for thunder showers to develop. So a better distribution of thunder showers over these eastern parts of the country, mostly the Highveld. And then the rainfall in the south should start clearing. But in general, these southern parts of the country will be somewhat cooler into the eastern parts as well, due to that influx of cooler air from the south and east over those areas. And we will see maximum temperatures in some parts of Mpumalanga not exceeding 20 degrees Celsius in isolated higher lying areas there. So still cooler over these eastern parts of the country, and those cooler conditions will also be present over the eastern parts of the summer grain production region. Again, thunder showers mostly over the eastern parts of the country, and some of these storms will tend to become severe. The pattern remains similar on Thursday the 4th. Thunder showers now mostly isolated, still present over the northeastern parts of the country, where it will also remain quite cool due to the influx of cooler air here from the east. Over the western parts, as we have more of an offshore flow there, we will see the hotter conditions spreading further south, again into the winter rainfall region as well, those western parts of the winter rainfall region, where we will see maximum temperatures exceeding 35 degrees Celsius in some of those places, while the eastern parts of the country will be relatively mild. By Friday the 5th, still the thunder showers will be mostly associated with moisture in the east, so convective thunder showers there over the eastern parts of the country. We also see again some light showers expected in the south. This will be associated with an onshore flow there, a cold front moving basically towards the south of the country, so not really moving into the country, but we will have some cooler air spreading over the southern parts. Again, dry air over the interior will interact with the thunder showers in the east, and that may result in some of these thunderstorms again becoming severe, especially over the Free State, and this is by Friday. Also, Some warmer conditions developing over these northeastern low-lying areas, and that is associated with the fact that we don't have such a strong influx from the southeast and east by that time, while we have renewed influx of cooler air over these southern parts of the country, which will be relatively mild. Still, hot conditions are expected over these northwestern parts, and then also in isolated areas in the northeast and east. It will remain dry over these western parts of the country. By Saturday, again, we see a continuation of the light showers, possibly in the south and southeast, especially early in the day. We see the cooler air spreading into those eastern parts of the country, with these southern to southeastern and eastern areas relatively mild, cool in places in the south. It will remain hot over the northern parts of the country and into the far northeastern areas as well, but cooler over the southern parts of the country due to the influx of moisture. With this renewed influx of moisture from the east and southeast, we will also see an enhanced tendency for thunder showers over the northeastern parts of the country, so more thunder showers there. At times possibly spreading also into the central parts of the country by then during the weekend, but generally drier conditions over the western parts with drier air there interacting with the storms in the east. These thunderstorms in the east may still remain while they will be present, they will also have a tendency to become severe at times, producing hail and strong winds in some of those areas. So we haven't seen in this forecast a shift towards a pattern that will result in softer tropical weather over the summer rainfall region. For this reason, there will remain a tendency for the thunder showers to become severe, as we have seen during the last few days as well. And that is over the northeastern half of the country mostly. So looking at the highest maximum temperatures until the 7th of December, these will really not be widespread, only isolated areas there in the west and northwestern parts of the country, and also isolated areas of those lower lying northeastern and eastern areas that may see maximum temperatures at times exceeding 35 degrees Celsius. The highest temperatures over the Highveld will be in the order of 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. Looking at the average maximum temperatures, only those far northwestern parts may see average temperatures exceeding 35 degrees Celsius. We see that it will be relatively cool over these Highveld areas, with maximum temperatures over much of Mpumalanga, Eastern Free State, so the eastern parts of the grain production region, in the order of 20 to 25 degrees Celsius on average. Further west it will be warmer. Those western parts of the summer grain production region will see maximum temperatures on average exceeding 30 degrees Celsius. Let's say that's from Bothaville westwards, and these central to western parts of northwest as well. Also on average, due to the influx of cooler air twice during this period, we will see maximum temperatures on average not that high over the southern parts of the country into the southeastern areas, and then finally also over those Highveld regions as mentioned just now. Looking now at the lowest minimum temperature for the period until 7 December, if we focus on the summer grain production area, there's not an indication of frost. There's not a cold front that will move into the interior during this time. So we are quite safe at this time. We usually don't see frost this time of the summer. It will be quite exceptional. Minimum temperatures, the lowest minimum temperatures for this period over this region will be in the order of 5 to 15 degrees Celsius over the summer grain production region. And that will be the lowest minimum temperature in that region. So let's rather say from about 5 degrees Celsius to about 13 degrees Celsius for the lowest minimum temperature during this period. So this map shows the lowest minimum temperature during this period, not the maximum. To summarize the rainfall pattern during the next few days, this is a GFS accumulated rainfall anomaly during the next few days, and this is until the 9th of December. Eastern parts of the country expected to see above average rainfall, and this is mostly associated or totally associated with the thunder showers expected during the next few days. Western parts of the countries are expected to remain relatively dry. Larger scale picture, we see that still towards the northeast of South Africa, those areas are expected to remain dry. So if we look at the global scale, the circulation patterns, those will be more associated with wetter conditions over southern Africa, especially our northeastern areas. while towards the east it is somewhat drier. So on a global scale, it is still quite positive for rainfall over the subcontinent. But as we know, if you focus on our own area, the western half towards the central parts of the country are relatively dry at this stage and also in this forecast. And then after that, into the middle part of December, we see a continuation of this pattern. Still above average rainfall indicated according to the forecast models up to the 17th of December. At this stage, one can also see that there are some indications that there are some wetter anomalies developing over the Indian Ocean. So in general, the large-scale pattern may become somewhat less positive for rainfall, specifically over southern Africa. But at this stage, according to this forecast, it is not a strong indication of drier conditions developing over that region. But we will have a more closer look at the longer term outlook in the Cumulus newsletter later this week.
Twenty 2010 was described as the decade of disruption. Smartphones, wearables, technology built to last. So why don't we build everything that way? Luckily, there is a group of people that still believe in this way of thinking. For over 10 years, they've helped farmers build lasting futures with crop insurance that stands firm when it matters most. AgriSeker.
We are where you are.
An authorized FSP underwritten by Land Bank Insurance Company.